What if I told you that I found the full portfolio of Andrei Jikh, one of the biggest influencer in investment? And what we are going to do is check how much money he made in crypto, where did he lose money in crypto, so you will know where you should follow him and maybe where you should avoid him. And of course, yes, I did find it, so let's dig in the process. My first step to find those wallets is always to use first their social media. For example, here, his YouTube channel with 2.1 million subscribers, Andrei Jikh, Magic of Finance, the king of magic. We can find directly how I made 100K with NFTs, 1 million views. We will verify how much is now profit. Is it more? Is it less? We can see my favorite NFT gamble, VeVe. And in this video, he talks about the Bored Apes, the VeVe, and the CryptoPunks. Now, personally, for someone who's been in crypto for a while, putting VeVe NFTs in between CryptoPunks and Bored Apes, I will say it's a bit touchy. By the way, welcome on Handsome Finance. Pull down your little matcha, because here, what do? We dive into what's popping in the investment. We explore the portfolio of the people. We check exactly their transaction, because the blockchain is an open book, an open ledger, and we can match the transaction directly, find the best investors. We decide to follow them or not. That depends. And this is what we are going to do here. One of the first investments you can find about Andrei Jikh is this video. All me to the moon, 150K invested. That's true. I can see here. This is, I think, a Coinbase. I can't believe he didn't bought any Ethereum and Bitcoin. Is it true? Maybe it's a Photoshop wallet. I don't know. But we are going to put it here. 160 million. Okay. I don't have the price shown per token, but that's all right, because I know how to divide the numbers. So he bought it at 938. Omi is today at this price. So let's check our first profit and loss. This is scary. That places us at a loss of 140K. If I check April 10, we are around here for the price. Maybe he bought a little bit before, and then that will be around there. But what I know is that we are sitting down as of today on a massive minus 95% loss. And unfortunately, because he used a centralized exchange, I can't know if he sold, but he didn't do any video that says that he sold. So if he do only videos when he buys, that's his problem. That's not my problem. Today we count it as a loss. Now let's check what we can find on his Twitter. One of the best way is either to check when they change their profile picture or to check the media. Here, I know this is an NFT, this is an NFT, this is an NFT, NFT. Okay, we have this one, and those one are like his Spider-Man that he talked about before. Then we can check this bad boy. This is where it starts to be interesting for me. This one look like me, Harry Potter style, 6404. No, it doesn't really look like him. And by the way, you may be wondering if with this face, I've been a success my whole life. The answer is yes. In high school, I was the most valuable player in the soccer team. They could not win a game without me. They could not even play a game without me, because I was the water boy, and you can't survive without water. And trust me, no one ever passed out on my watch. I will take it so seriously. When they're running, they go on the sideline, I splash them with water. They said, "What the fuck you doing, Antoine? You're making us wet." Yeah, that's what I want to do. Actually, it's maybe the only thing I can do still today. But let's get back to our research. Easy one. We right click, search image with Google. We have some information and we look, oh, we have an OpenSea link. So we find the collection, the Doodle collection. Amazing, right? We know that the 6404 is the one that he talked about. So I'm going to tippy-tappy on my keyboard, 6004, we click here, last sale, 8.6 Ethereum, and it's owned by Andrei Jikh's official. We got it. We have his address, we have his portfolio, because this is an Ethereum address, so I can know exactly how much money he has. And I'm sorry, but not sorry if I'm too excited for you. There we go, he even put his YouTube channel. That was easy. When I find one of those influencers address, is I put it in our list. You can see here everyone that we got, because the tabs are at the bottom, but it doesn't matter. The second thing I do is to check the wallet balance, how much money we have on it. And it's not great. We just got $700 Doge NFT. That may be even not him who bought it. We have a lot of NFTs going on, historical of the transaction. We can see this address, and this is where usually I start to dig more. But first, we're going to focus on our easy catch. We have this doodle. You see when I say that we can see all the transaction and what's happening on the blockchain. Both not for $18,000, but at that time for $30,000. So we can update our shit here. The floor price is at 2 Ethereum and the best offer is at 1.6 Ethereum. You see that? In NFT, the liquidity is just none. With Ethereum surfing around 2.2, we are going to be generous and say that today it could sell it for $4,100. It's the same here. We are sitting here on a paper loss of $25,000. This one we know for a fact that he is still holding it. And to be fair, this time he didn't bought it at the top. For 8 Ethereum, those went on to up to 23 Ethereum. And of course, after that, they kind of crashed. Now we have two things left to do. One is to check who sent the money to this address. And second is to find his connection with VeVe, because he talked about it like 3 or 4 times in his video. Okay, he said that he made 100K with this NFT. And we can find on his Twitter which NFT he had because he posted it. So the FA0862, which happened to be the same date of the release of the comic book. Now I could search everywhere on VeVe this collection, but Andrei has been a really nice guy for this video and gave out this QR code, which is his profile on VeVe. Fortunately or unfortunately, we will see. I don't have the app VeVe, but I can see the QR code. Give me this. So I guess that's the address of his profile. And then when I check on VeVe, yes, we have it. With 54 followers, what do we have on the collectibles? By the way, can we take a minute to talk about the design of VeVe? Like, guys, like, even my grandpa would do a better design. Like, I don't know how those guys managed to get a partnership with Marvel and everything, because this is horrible. You get 80 collectibles. That's kind of crazy, right? We have our Spider-Man, Ultimate Animated. We get our Supergirl. Why did he bought some Supergirl? I don't know. Partner statue, ultra rare, DeLorean machine interactive. He bought an NFT of a guy that just looked like me. Make me think I should do my own NFT collection. Now let's check the price of those things. The secret rare, sold out. Spider-Man hanging out. Man, this is so strange to me. The app even looked worse. For $10,000, $12,000, something like that. And the store price was $400 when it was created. So let's update our shit. Spider-Man. We are at a price of $12,000. It's more like 11 something. About one, of course. Let's check our floor price today. And the way they name their collection here, it's just horrible. Spider-Man Ultimate Animated, amazing. Miles Morales, Spider-Man Animated. How could you even know? Like, look at that. Common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, secret rare. So we have actually, it's a secret rare. We know that. Ultimate Animated, that's this one. Floor price is at 4K. The thing is, no one is listing them. And, oh no, don't. Oh, yeah, that's it. Now today at 4,300. I really didn't want it to make this. Sorry about that. Hope you're not watching this video, Andrei. Otherwise, I know the pain must go through. That's now sitting at $7,000. Now, of course, this is a paper loss. It's not lost yet because he didn't sold it. But he said, oh, I made $100,000 when he didn't make it. If you didn't convert it back, you didn't make it. You still hold this NFT. I almost forgot one that I found on his YouTube recently.
I did buy my first NFT ever, which was from Steve Aoki's drop.
Let's dig in that one. It will be pretty easy. Steve Aoki. Those ones were retailing for $5,000. What do we have now? There's barely any sales available. That's the thing. Those ones are so illiquid. Because the Steve Aoki thing is like he released 10, to 20 is not enough for some NFT. So Steve Aoki, I'm going to add it up. He bought one, let's say, those one were $5,000, today price. I'm going to be easy and nice. We're going to say $1,000. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't matter at this point. And we are at a $4,000 loss. By the way, if it's your first time on this channel, we're not only a pretty face, we also sometimes find wallets of people that make tons of money. And actually, we follow them. That's what we do in the investors boardroom. We have alerts. So for example, I could set up alerts when Andrei Jikh is doing a transaction and I know maybe it's time to get out some stuff in the market. Everyone would make their own opinion. Andrei, if you're watching this video, one of your family members, maybe you can feel slightly better because T-Mobile ex-CEO John Legere bought a 88K Steve Aoki NFT. Now this NFT is one of one, so there's not really any market with it. Probably it was a tax write-off. I don't know how he managed to do it. What I know is that now the price must be pretty low. So his name is John Legere. And légère in French means light. And I guess his NFT portfolio now must be quite light. NFTs and Batman. So we have one guy that loves Batman and another guy that loves Spider-Man. And we have one guy that looks like both. Should I ask for a thumbs up or this one was a bit too far? Of course, during the craze of all the Pokemon cards, we got some videos 2 years ago about the Pokemon. August 31, get your Pokemon cards out. And when we check the price of the Pokemon cards, 1 year off, minus 25%. Same actually when everyone was talking about the Rolexes on YouTube. Well, it went down after it. Let's keep it to crypto though. And the most important point must be here, because we know that this address was his funding address. When you check who sent that money to Andrei is BlockFi, which is one of the company that he massively advertised. I guess it was a deal on his channel. I don't know if he had a deal with VeVe. He said he did not have one, but we know that BlockFi went bankrupt. So that's a massive loss. Of course, if you want Andrei Jikh address, I will put a link in the description and I will send it to you. Now, what we are going to try to check here is how much is sent to BlockFi, because that's probably some money lost here. 3 Ethereum to Squiggle. That's probably an NFT collection. We haven't even checked that one yet. He interacted with BlockFi and sent 4.9 Ethereum.
I personally lost anywhere between $300,000 to $1.2 million.
We put a minus 300,000 here for using centralized exchanging and trying to run after a 5 to 12% yield when crypto give you a lot more per year. When we sum up everything about his initial investment, we are at a loss of 500K, $500,000. Now, it would not be fair if we stop here because he made around $1.7 million in affiliate in 1 year, maybe with recommending BlockFi and other services, and also the views on the videos. So he made all that money back. But you, as an investor, maybe you should explore other areas. I wouldn't say that Andrei is a market topper. This is a term that I guess we invented on this channel, is when someone is buying at the top. But you know that when he's making some videos about it, it's about to get out. Like you have 1 month to 2 months and then you need to get out. So just be careful, just so you know, because his interest, and I understand fully, and that's normal, is to capture as much of an audience as he can. And the best way is when the crowd is big. And the crowd is big at the top of the wave, in the second part of the wave of every market. So that's where you can make some money with it, with the views, with the partnerships, and the affiliate programs. Now you know, you have to understand what is the interest every time before you get on the channel. Maybe now you try to guess my interest. Let me know in the comments. Let's see if someone find it. But what you should check is this influencers, because it was mentioned twice and you need to understand how I invest. Anyway, it was a massive pleasure to do this video. You have to not forget one thing. Stay handsome. Ciao.